me get some H2O in my system.
What?
So let me get some H2O in my system. My mouth's kind of hella dry.
Yeah, your mouth always dry.
Okay, let's record.
It's what you all been waiting for. It's what you all been waiting for. It's what you all been waiting for, ain't it? When people pay paper for. Woo! It's what you all been waiting for. It's what you all been waiting for. It's what you all been waiting for, ain't it? When people pay paper for.
Hey guys. Hey ladies and gentlemen.
Yo.
Welcome back to We Should Have Done This Sooner, episode 2.
Number 2.
And we did well the first episode. You know, like, I did a lot better than I expected, so I'm actually I'm really happy for that. And what about you? How did you feel about the first week?
I feel like we did a podcast. That's what we did.
We did a podcast, and that's what we did. Come on, man.
Yeah, I feel like we did good the first week. Better than I expected. That's you.
I gotta sound excited about it.
Yeah, my expectations were very low, but when I heard it, I felt really good about myself. Told my mom that I was gonna, apply for a grant and go back to school. That's you.
Very business casual.
That was you, just now.
All right, man. You don't have to go that low. All right, so let's start off by saying, how you feeling today, man? How's everything going? How was your weekend?
Expensive. That's all I'm gonna say. But
expensive?
It was fun, but expensive. And luckily for me, today is a holiday. Apparently, it's a holiday in the U.S. too, or in Canada. If you guys didn't know, but yeah, it's a holiday today in Canada. I'm pretty sure we got that just because there already was a holiday in the U.S. We kind of always behind on that shit.
What holidays are in the U.S.? I'm not very privy to that shit.
I don't know. I'd have to look it up. But a lot of people on my timeline, they're not working today.
Okay, so first thing I want to ask you, since we're going to start off this topic with a podcast with... How was your Valentine's Day?
That's it.
Yeah?
That's it.
You didn't do anything? You didn't do anything?
No, I didn't do anything, no.
You didn't go out?
No. Nothing.
So the queen wasn't pressing you for anything? She was just like,
Yeah. Her birthday is, a day after Valentine, so I don't really know how to go about that yet. Do I do a big gift on one day and then a big gift on another day? I don't know, right? Okay,
so then my next question will be, how was her birthday? What did you guys do? And happy belated. I didn't say that.
You're asking these questions, but you don't really care.
I do care.
No, you don't.
I do care.
I don't. Okay, let me rephrase. I don't care to share.
You don't care to share. Okay, that
birthday
makes sense.
Activities. How about that?
Okay, the birthday activities. But you guys did go out and have fun and do...
Yeah, we did a whole bunch of minding business.
You did a whole bunch of relationship stuff?
Yeah, relationship stuff.
Exactly. Relationship stuff. You're stuck on a ship, man. You're kind of locked up there.
I'm not locked up. I'm very much free. Very liberated.
Very liberated. Because the reason why I ask is because it's one of those things where I kind of think about Valentine's Day. Is it like is it important? Is it like I know it's like, to me personally, I have my own beliefs about Valentine's Day. It's a shitty day.
You know what? I do believe it's shitty in the manner of, it's, at the end of the day, it's geared towards women. Mm-hmm. I mean, I understand, obviously, whatever, nice little day to do something nice for your significant other, but it's really geared towards women. Like, I can't expect nothing from Valentine's Day. I may like something. I may want to get something, to feel appreciated, but it's kind of, you look at you funny, why can't I be dined in 69, on this day, as opposed to the women, getting flowers and showered in gifts. I mean, when is it going to be a man's Valentine's? That's my question.
So women can't really like learn and earn us. Like, why can't we like?
I don't feel like there's a lot of learning and earning on Valentine's Day. I feel like it's due to how society is set up. It's really geared towards this day's for the women, and it's. I mean, sure, dudes can receive gifts and stuff, but it's not the same. It's not.
So like, why don't they have a day for us? Like, we're not important. Like,
They do. I swear they do, but it's not as widely celebrated. And it's like steak and blowjob day or something.
I heard about it. That's not really a fucking day.
It exists. Apparently, it's on. Is it
like,
on the calendar?
It's not on the calendar. There's no
me
way.
Google it right now.
It's not a real day. Because I've heard about it. It's like,
let a brother Google it.
It's probably some bullshit. Those what they call the cis males?
Cishet?
The cis males?
Okay, let me just take a look here. Steak and BJ Day.
It's not a real day.
I'm on Wikipedia, so the facts may not be all that true. Let me just see here. It's apparently March 14th is the next steak and blowjob day.
Okay.
So if my girl is listening, I enjoy the keg, and of course I also enjoy a blowjob every now and then.
A little gooch tickle in here and
Gooch.
there. a little gooch tickle here and there,
Oh, man.
Share the wealth. So I'm looking at it like this. So women get a Valentine's Day. We don't really get anything. Supposedly is a steak and blowjob day. That's not really that
Not
important.
real. Like, you're not going to go into Hallmark and see a steak and blowjob card. Or you may. I don't know. Maybe they've decided to monetize on that shit too because them niggas is colonizers, just feeding off the back of the working.
Mm-hmm. So, why do you feel that women put so much importance on this day? Like, I'm not gonna say all women, but like a great majority of them, like, because like I'm gonna say this, like, there's 165 days out of the year, and any day really could be a special day for your queen, right? So you always have Christmas, you have her birthday, you have like even any kind of holiday, really,
just random days,
random days of kindness where you could just take her out, tell her that you love her, wine and dine her, and all that bullshit, right? But like, why is Valentine's Day? Like, I've seen even on the internet, social media, right? People have made it an issue where it's like, oh, if he doesn't take me out or do something for me, it's over. He doesn't really love me. It's like, what?
It's because, it's because this day was made the day of love. Like, that's it. That's the standard. Valentine's Day, the day you're supposed to get gifts and you're supposed to, get taken out and, a whole bunch of other stuff. So you can show off to strangers how much this person supposedly loves you. And
so is it for them or for strangers?
I think it's for the show.
Okay.
Like, I think that, honestly, if somebody is happy in a relationship, then Valentine's Day is a nice day, but it's not a make or break day. Like, the funniest thing is I see a lot of chicks on Valentine's Day always tweeting about, Valentine's so whack. And, they just, they be masking hurt. And I don't know if they feel like because they're not being shown, extra love or appreciation that, niggas don't care about them. Maybe they don't. And maybe today is just a heat check, but I wouldn't say put, all of your chips on one day to define how much somebody cares about you. Because, a nigga could be a piece of shit, and then, come Valentine's, give you some extravagant day, hotel, flowers, blah, 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 restaurant, all that shit. But then, the rest of the year, he goes back to being a piece of shit. So,
there's niggas out there that will spend, the morning with one chick, do something special and lovely and nice, and be like, you know what, I'm out, I'm busy, I gotta do something later. I'll holler at you later, and then go to the next chick and do the exact same thing or something different for her. And it's like, none of them really even know.
I feel like certain chicks do know if they are, the sides, or if maybe the nigga has a side. Maybe. Women aren't stupid. Women can pick up on stuff. But the thing is, women have this thing where if they like you, or even worse, love you, then they will lie to themselves about you.
This guy said even worse.
I mean,
nah, we're not gonna love nobody. That's the worst thing you could do. Like,
I'm like, I don't know how to put that, but basically that goes for men too. Like, if a nigga loves you, a nigga will
do like over the top and more than not more than he's supposed to, but he'll go
not even
above
about that, but
and
like
beyond, right?
Even in terms of like the whole side shit. Like sometimes niggas will know that their chicks are like, stepping out on them, or maybe they're not all the way faithful, and niggas, fool themselves into thinking that, oh, no, that's not the case. To me, that's cuck behavior. But, to each his own.
It's funny. I've been hearing that word cuck a lot in the last couple of weeks. And I still don't know what it is.
You don't know what it means?
I don't know.
We're not going to talk about it. You got a laptop in front of you. You got Google.
I don't want to Google it because I don't know what I'm Googling.
You can type it in and you can find the definition of that.
I don't want to Google. I don't want to Google.
Is how you spell it.
I don't want to Google the word.
What I'm not going to do is subject our listeners to that filth and that foulness on this wholesome show. So I won't even talk about that shit.
Yo, but talking about lying to yourself, I'm always on Instagram, right? And I follow a lot of Instagram models, like the pervert I am, right? So I realized on Valentine's Day, right? Like these IG models.
Wow.
Pardon my language. Wow, I didn't mean that. That slipped out. Mm-hmm. We're gonna edit. so yeah, pardon my language. So a lot of these IG models, right? So I want to know, are they like lying to themselves? Because I sometimes I feel like they go rent out a hotel and buy themselves a whole bunch of this shit, and they're like, "Oh, look what Bae got me," and I'm just like, "Where's Bae?" And like not nowhere in sight, but she's filming all this bullshit saying, "Oh, this is a great, wonderful, beautiful day, and I got all these flowers and candles and everything." You think
they're putting on a show?
I feel like they're putting on a show. I don't think there's really someone out there doing all that for them.
I mean, okay.
Not for all of them, I'm going to say.
No, that's what I was going to say. Let's say, percentage-wise, what percent of chicks on IG, going through all that shit, do you think is actually putting on a show?
I'll probably say like a small percent, a good 20, 25%.
25% is a lot when you think about how many people are on IG, bro. 25% is a lot. But that's one out of every four.
But like, there's a lot of fake people out here. I'm not gonna lie, but I think there's a lot of people who kind of front.
I mean, I think, to be honest, it's kind of tough because, when you popular on social media, anything like IG or Twitter, you're going to get, regardless of what you do, you're going to get a lot of people that just don't like you. And maybe these chicks are doing it to protect their relationship or protect the identity of their significant others. Because you never know. Mm-hmm. Like, you see niggas as foul, like, with Cardi and Offset. Okay, Offset's a piece of shit. We know that. Like, this nigga don't even care that he be out here getting filmed cheating. That's whatever. But we know Cardi's history. She was a stripper and all that. And even now, she's engaged, and I don't know, is she pregnant? I heard a rumor that she was pregnant.
Yeah, I heard a rumor about that too.
But like, even now, you got niggas who are posting pics on IG when she was in her stripper days, talking about, we had her first and all that shit. Like,
yeah, that's kind of
niggas is lame.
That's kind of foul. Like,
it's not foul. It's just fucking lame. Like, those niggas is losers. It's one thing to be like, I have this video of her sucking dick when she was just out the country with Offset. That's lame, but that's something else.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's okay. It's legitimate. But these niggas are like, yo, obviously, Doc, she was a stripper. Like, what do you expect? So for you to post pictures of her in the stripping days, which we know about, which she, clearly embraces, it's not like she tries to deny that past to hide it. And now you're trying to bring it back up and use it to your game, like, we had her first. Like, those niggas losers. And those are the chicks that, not chicks, those are the niggas that, chicks deal with, and then they come back and they're like, wow, like, niggas is really garbage. And it's like, wow, queen, What did I do to deserve this? I was just in my room getting my ass whooped in Dragon Ball Fighters, and now I'm lumped up with these niggas who are posting on strip club videos and pictures of chicks saying that they had her first. I don't deserve that. I understand the men are trash rhetoric. I don't feel I'm a part of it, because, I don't do that shit that I see women complaining about. But then again, maybe I am. Maybe I do some stuff that would deem me as trash. Who knows?
So with all the trash men out there, right? And there's a large majority of us.
Like how you said us, and what I want to do is add a disclaimer. Us does not include me, Ludaloo. I am a very good man. When he speaks for us, he speaks about his group of trash men, not me.
No, I'm talking about a general statement of men.
Liar.
I can't. So, aren't you a male?
You just admitted the crime.
but the thing is, I don't got women. I'm not out here talking to a bunch of women and playing them and doing all that kind of stuff.
Because you dusty.
Yes, I'm dusty. And I'm fine with being dusty. I'm a good, wholesome, dusty guy. So no one can accuse me of anything. So I'm perfectly fine with that. But there's a lot of trash men out here, right? So back to Valentine's Day. There's women who really actually go through Valentine's Day or whatever and deal with a lot of these shitty men and accept it. So it's, as you said before, they already know. But why would they go out and accept some bullshit like that? Like, a guy would be like, okay, let me take you out and take you to dinner and go to a hotel. We can do whatever it is, right? And accept these activities and then be like, even there's a lot of women out there who are even part of the men are trash community, and all they do is slander men, but still go out with very trash men.
You saying they man bashers in the streets and submissive in the sheets?
Yes, because listen, social media is a funny place. Doesn't matter if it's Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, or wherever, right? It's a funny place because a lot of people will sit there and bash something they don't like, or quote unquote don't like, and then secretly enjoy the fruits of their labors. There's women out there that will shit on men and be happy in a happy relationship.
It's a kink. That's what it is. That's what I see it as, yo. It's a kink. Honestly, I think that's it. I think it's a fetish. I think some chicks really, they get off on bashing men, but at the same time they have what they would classify as a good man at home. It's just something that they enjoy doing. So. And
then, with that being said, there's women who are literally with good men, trashing men, going out on great dates and having a great Valentine's Day, and then all of a sudden they're showing that. And then there's women who are single, bashing men and not allowing or not letting, building a wall, not letting good men even come towards them because there is trash men. And then there's women who are dating trash men, but they know that there's a facade behind the men are trash shit. So it's why am I going to let a man go just because everyone's part of that?
I mean, at the end of the day, the moral story is blame men for everything. No, don't love yourself. It's easier to just blame men for everything. That's all. And, I don't see nothing wrong with that. Just because I've always been, I've always had the if the shoe fits mentality. So when I see those type of tweets and shit, it doesn't bother me because I know I'm not part of that group. If a nigga's talking about hoes and shit on his timeline or wherever, and he's disrespecting women in this matter and saying chicks that do this or this, and a certain chick takes offense to it, then the first thing they're gonna say is if the shoe fits. But if it doesn't apply to you, then it shouldn't bother you, to be honest, because there's people like this on the internet. The internet's full of a lot of weird fucking people, and I think they've become a lot more comfortable now than they did back in the day, especially with the tools of social media that allow them to remain anonymous. So you can be a piece of shit, 24/7 with nobody really discovering who you are. And, you have that shield that allows you to be an overall trash piece of human. That there's people like that on the internet all the time. Like, it's come to the point where I can't tell when I'm reading certain tweets if these people are trolling or serious. So I just block them. And, you know, I think that's the easiest way to go about your life and, you know, not let things affect you, is to understand if something applies to you or not. And if it does, maybe you should work on that, work on fixing it. And if it doesn't, just keep scrolling. Block them.
Okay. Well, my conclusion to this is I really feel like, one, relationships are overrated. Valentine's Day is overrated. And going on dates is overrated. Well, calling them dates are overrated. Like, you can't just go and hang out.
I mean, you say that now because you're not with nobody that I would say is fun to hang around with. When you're with somebody and is, you know, you enjoy being around them, then things are a lot different.
But would you ever call those dates? Like, if you wanted to go out, you would just call your girl up and be like, "Yo, what are you doing?" She's just like, "Nothing. Yo, let's go do something." Or,
I mean, technically they can be classified as a date, but that's based on, you know, how you two are. Some people, they just go out and
like they actually like set up dates. And actually, you know what, you're right, because I know people who are kind of like schedule things. And
I'm not the biggest on scheduling things, just because every time me and my girl do plan something, like we'll plan something and say that, you know, we're gonna be out the house by this time and doing that, we end up just like waking up at like noon and watching The Office and then going to like Sunset Grill or something shit at like 2 p.m.
But like, so. See, that can be classified, since you guys are in a relationship, that's basically kind of classified as a date.
I mean, yeah, sure. I don't really put labels on anything outside of the fact that we're in a relationship. Like, yeah, that's my girl. That's for sure. Like, that is my girlfriend. That's the girl I'm committed to. But I'm not gonna be like, yeah, we go on dates and we do all that shit. Like, we just be doing.
You guys just kick it, hang out, and do.
Yeah, we just be going with the flow.
Okay, and talk about dates. Did you guys go see Black Panther?
Nigga, yes, 100%. The night of opening night.
Over Thursday night,
February 15th.
Okay.
To be honest, I feel like if you're black and you didn't see that day, yeah.
So
it's kind of you know, it's kind of sketchy.
We're gonna talk about it, but I want to go into a few things, but not like actually like do any spoilers.
No, we're doing spoilers.
No,
we're doing spoilers.
I don't want to talk. I don't want to do a deep dive.
I said you niggas got until Monday, and if we're being honest, the TL already spilled half the beans about the movie.
But I don't want to go into a deep dive of like.
Yes, we are going deep sea diving, you know. Put on your scuba gear, buddy.
We're not going to break down all the storylines.
We're going to be touching the ocean floor when it comes to that shit.
But it was a great movie. I enjoyed it a lot.
I'm going to see it again in theaters.
Yeah, hopefully I get to see it again either this week or next week. Because the first time watching it blew my mind. Blew my fucking mind. And I kind of got back into the comics into the summertime, so there's a few stories that I was really into where it's like, oh shit, that was in the comics and that was in the comics, oh that was there too. But my question is, do you, like, what did you think of it? Like, as in rating wise, I know people ranked them with the other MCU movies, and everybody's saying it's at least top 5, maybe top 3.
Top 3 for sure.
Top 3 they had. I know they put the Avengers up there, and I think Iron Man.
Personally, Avengers 1 is my favorite Marvel movie. Like, I don't know, something about that movie, like everything come together for the first time. That is gonna be my number 1. The Avengers number 1. Black Panther is the second on my list.
Okay.
And then I don't know where Infinity War is going to. Where that's going to rank. You know, it may surpass Black Panther and Avengers, or it may sit below them because it may be doing too much.
too much.
Yeah.
Because that's what I was actually thinking too. Because the bar is kind of set high now.
Super high with Black Panther. Yeah.
Because outside of the fanatics of Black Panther, right? I know a lot of people who went to go watch Black Panther really. A lot of people who were MCU fans and Marvel fans and whatnot, and even Black Panther fans. But then there was a lot of people who were just like black fans and just wanted to promote Afrocentricity and all that bullshit, right? Mm-hmm. So, in my personal opinion, I kind of did enjoy that. Other people didn't. The over the top kind of stuff I didn't really enjoy, but everything else was cool.
Over the top stuff, you mean like niggas rocking dashikis and stuff too?
No, dashikas were cool.
Okay, so what was over the top to you?
The over the top to me when people doing synchronized dancing in the movie theater.
Yeah, I mean, come on, like nigga.
like I understand. Like I know even with like I know people who love Star Wars. They have their little synchronization battles like where they have their lightsabers.
Yeah.
Like I enjoy that, but I even believe like, yo, you guys just can't just go wear your costumes and go watch the movie. Like, it's cool if you want to cosplay. Like, I'm all for cosplaying.
Yeah.
I'm all for like having fun, but like having like a group of 10 people in the middle of a movie theaters hitting swords and dancing and shit like that. Like, it's a little too much for me. It's like a lot. Like, to be honest, I didn't come there to like see that stuff. Like,
you came to enjoy the movie.
And then there's other people who were like super fucking rude. Like they actually were hating on white people going into watching the movie.
Yeah, like that's bullshit. That's fucking unnecessary.
And it's mad funny because a lot of those white people are probably bigger Black Panther fans and Marvel fans than those people.
Yeah,
and they're like, yo. And there's another thing I found kind of funny. Well, I went to the movie. There was an Asian guy in a dashiki. I wanted to judge him, but then I'm just like, you know what? I can't do that because there's a guy with me, and he looked at me, and he's just like, you know what? He's not wrong because the origin of man. So, he hit me with that deep shit, right? The origin of man.
Hit you with Dr. Umar.
Yeah, the origin of man came from Africa, so he knows his roots. So I respect that, and I'm like, all right, okay, cool, whatever. So it's cool. So I'm almost like, all right, I allow it, and that was cool. It was funny. Then what killed it for me? I think I seen like on the internet, like a group of white people wearing dashikis and like a family.
Man,
but the thing is, again, I wanted to
I'm
judge.
not judging.
I wanted to judge.
It's just funny looking to me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not as bad as fucking D-Ray painting half his face and like it's wearing that blue vest everywhere he goes. Like
that blue vest is something else, but
it gotta fucking go. Like that shit is fucking stupid. That shit is straight up. It's straight up a fucking farce. Like. I see that shit, I'm like, come on, nigga. Like, we know what you're doing. You're pandering. And niggas is tired of that. But
I have my own opinion about D-Ray. I think he's, like, really milking this civil activist.
You're not the only one that thinks that.
Like, I know a lot of people do. And then a lot of things that kind of bugged me were, like, people who were really upset about people doing, like, cosplaying. Like, yo, you're a grown up.
It wasn't cosplaying because...
No, I'm not talking about the dashikis. I'm talking about people actually wearing Black Panther outfits and people going into movies in the Dora Milaje outfits and stuff like that. And I'm just like, what's people's problem with this? And they go, oh, they're not with children. They don't have their kids with them. It's cool if you have your kids. But I'm just like, you don't need to have your kids to dress up and like why are you hating on people going out to actually have fun and have a good time? Mm-hmm. And then I thought back and I was like, shit, I'm kind of hating on those people who are dancing inside the movie theaters going on. But at the same time, I'm just like, I still don't want to see you guys dancing in the middle of a theater. Like, I'm trying to go to my seat and you're on the steps doing like...
Save your theatrics for like before the movie. And when I say before, I mean like outside.
Yeah, like if you're gonna be outside, that's cool. But like in the middle of the movie theaters, in the walkway going... Niggas trying to buy their popcorn and they're bumping into you.
You see that picture? Everybody's standing up with their fists raised in the air.
Yeah.
And there's like a whole bunch of different photoshops like a bunch of different
in the theaters of like pictures of there. I seen one with the where they're in that the Burger King store with the girl.
The porno, yeah, that's my favorite one.
That was hilarious.
I definitely would have raised my fist for that shit.
That shit was hilarious. But yeah, like all I have to say is like people gotta stop hating other people for going out to having fun, especially towards movies. Because 100% sure if we go see Star Wars, you're gonna see people cosplaying for Star Wars. Because this is probably the third installment for this storyline.
I'm not gonna lie. Like the thing that was getting to me before Black Panther came out was if I felt like niggas was going out of their way to be extra. Like niggas talking about they're gonna bring like fried chicken and it's gonna be like a cookout environment and shit. Like nigga, don't do that.
I don't know if I think that those were just jokes.
No, there was one page and I know that chick was dead ass serious. I know I blocked her as soon as I seen it. She was talking about like don't be afraid to get up and dance in the aisles and if you want to cry. Like I know that bitch is insane. And sorry, I'm not supposed to use that word no more, but it slipped out.
No.
But like I seen people like that and I was very worried that I was gonna run into one of those people. Like I understand loving your culture and loving the skin you're in, but like there's a time and place for everything. Don't disturb everybody else because you want to be over the top. And I'll tell you, when the movie started, there was like a few black people like 2 rows down from me, and they started cheering and clapping real loud.
Before it started?
Like right when the movie started, I got mad worried. I'm like, oh shit, nah. Because I thought they were going to be like over the top during the entire movie. But, I guess they were just happy that the movie started. So that was cool. Like, one thing that I noticed, a lot of the laughter and shit, a lot of the cheering and the people dying in the movies, I heard it sound like white voices.
Yeah.
More than anything else. Like white people really enjoyed this movie. Like a lot, It's not like, I would say, Get Out, where they went to watch it just to be like, you're not going to show me up, you little nigger. Like, they actually went to watch it and be like, I enjoy this shit. Yeah. I want to see them win. So that was a plus. That was a positive for me. Like, it's just a movie that I feel like everybody should enjoy.
Yeah. Because, like, I'm not going to lie, I went to go watch Colossus in Vaughan Mills, right? Mm-hmm. And I think there was a lot of...
Ain't no Colossus in Vaughan Mills. You mean Colossus on Highway 7?
Highway 7.
In Vaughan.
Whatever.
You gotta... Last week was the Atlanta Hawks in the Super Bowl. Let's see this.
Yeah. This week you don't gotta point that shit out. Just
man, I'm just trying to help you become a better you.
Okay, thanks, man. I appreciate it, bro. So, with that being said, we were in the theaters, and at the end of the movie, I'm just like, yo, this was a dope ass movie, and I'm just like, yo, let me clap, and I'm clapping, I'm like, yo, this is dope, because I know there's a lot of movies and people clap at the end of movies.
Was there nobody clapping?
Nobody. It was like several black people in there. It was like the few black people that were in there. I could hear the soft claps, but
you were leading the clap.
It was majority. Like people who weren't black that were in that theater. Okay. So it was me and my group, and probably like 4 other groups, and all you hear is. so we're looking around, and like all I hear is my boy, was just like, "Oh man, don't clap, man." And I'm like, I'm there laughing. I'm just like, man, fuck these niggas, man. Suck my dick. Like
these niggas thought he was gonna start a revolution.
Yo, I'm just like, I was pissed. I'm just like, yo, people didn't really clap for this, but it was a great movie. There's a lot of gems dropped in that movie, man. A lot of gems. Like it's one of those things where.
Okay, you know what? Let me just ask you this now. Who was your favorite character in the movie?
It's hard to say because when it comes to acting, I'm gonna say I love M'Baku.
M'Baku, yeah.
But the thing is, with him, he didn't really have like a lot of like speaking roles.
But I mean, the roles, the screen time that he had was basically perfect for his character.
Perfect for him. Like because of him now, every time I'm having a conversation with black people and a white person wants to talk to me,
bark at him.
I'm barking at him. I'm going.
That's not barking. I don't know what that was. That was not barking,
my throat's kind of dry.
You've been drinking water this whole time, and that's a weak ass bark.
No,
they'd kick you out of Wakanda if they heard you doing that shit.
Listen, I don't want the volume to peak on the microphone. So I gotta do a week. So I'm gonna be like, and then bark at them like, yo, you do not speak here. You do not speak here.
What I would say is this. Speaking on Baku, I feel like everybody in the movie, none of their roles were oversaturated. Like, nobody was on the screen longer than they had to be. And I feel like, it's been a long time since I watched the movie, and I was like, wow, this is perfect. Like, one example would be Angela Bassett. When, she
was beautiful in that movie.
Yeah, she was fine as hell. How old is she?
I think she's probably touching 50, maybe even
50. Nigga, she's like in her 60s. What are you talking about? Angela Bassett is way older than.
No,
50.
she's not 60s. She's 50s.
Let me just take a look here.
Mid 50s. She has to be mid 50s. Probably 55.
Angela Bassett. Maybe? She's 59.
59.
Finance is 59, bro.
Oh my gosh, she looked good, yo.
Yeah, man. Like, one thing that the movie did perfect was basically everybody's roles. Like, when T'Challa died and Baku found him, and then they revived him. That was kind of the end for her role. Like, he told M'Baku to protect her, and like she kind of just bowed off gracefully.
Yeah.
Like, nobody in the movie was on screen more than you wanted to see him. It's not like, wow, again, this is forced. Same thing with the comedy. None of the dialogue felt like they were trying to make you laugh. It felt like it was natural.
Yeah, because like, as you said, like, because even if I was like Angela Bassett or even Forrest Whitaker, right?
Oh, man. R.I.P. to the homie.
Yeah, man. Even with him, like, these people are big-time actors.
Mm-hmm. Like, leading roles.
Leading roles. And for them to actually sit there and say, you know what, I'll take my role, I'll take my, like, little roles and beat my screen time, like, in segments. I don't need a big part. That's really great for them. Like, that's not. They could have had ego.
Yeah.
They could have the Monique and be like, nah. Give me 20 more speaking roles. I want to be Black Panther. Like, Monique will probably be out there like, yo, give me Black Panther. Like,
easy now.
Do you not see my accolades? I should be Black Panther.
Stop. Fat Panther.
I'm a highly decorated woman, man. Give me Black Panther. Like, so with that being said, like, again, what you said, like, so I would say the lead actor would be, what's his name?
Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah, Boseman, right? So with him, to be honest, he wasn't really the most dominant he could have probably been the best actor in the movie, but his role wasn't really the most important role. Like,
it wasn't the most captivating.
Most captivating, because the thing is, like, you would even say with guys like Killmonger, like, his role was very effective.
Yo.
Even the Dora Milaje, their role was big. Like, if it wasn't for, like, them, Killmonger, like, they kind of made the movie.
Yo, can we take a moment? Yo, I remember watching the trailers for Black Panther like months before it came out, and I remember like hearing Chadwick Boseman's accent and everybody talking, and then I heard Michael B. Jordan, and I'm like, okay, this nigga's just speaking regular English, like there's no accent to it. And then obviously I didn't really know much about the backstory that Killmonger was left in the U.S. and shit, but like I was expecting him to fumble that role. I didn't think he'd be a good villain. I deadass thought he was gonna stink as a villain. I did not know. I remember when the movie was previewed, like when the trailers came out, they let it to look like Claw had more of a significant role in the movie. Like, I thought that Claw was gonna be a big a big villain in the movie. Like the movie's gonna end with him getting killed or captured or whatever. I didn't think that what would happen so quick. So shout out to that nigga. He acted his ass off.
Yeah.
Like to the point where it's like there was at the end, that last scene, that shit was kind of heavy. A thug had his 3 glasses on, and it was like it was fogging up because like, wow, man.
Because like because that kind of even that last scene, it really did hit home, right? And with one of those things where this is probably I consider it a spoiler alert. I'm not gonna say the exact line, but with him even saying like his last line,
what he said at the end,
like yo, like I think a lot of people can relate to that, right? So, and knowing our ancestors, they definitely could, like, we definitely have blood of people in the ties of like, yo, I rather die. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I rather die than go back to jail. I rather die than be in captivity if I was here to fight for my people, right?
Yeah.
Like I want to fight for my people, and I'm gonna end up being locked up and locked up in chains and shackles for the rest of my life. They're gonna give me 75 to life, and it's like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, just throw me in the water. Throw me in the water in the lake and kill me. Like, I don't need to go back to that. Like, I know better, and that was really dope. Like, that was really dope. Again, like, I did read a few comics up on. Like, I do enjoy. Also, I did enjoy the Dora Milaje. I really do. Like, the reason why I love them so much is because there is a volume of them where they talk about them a lot, and the backstory for them is kind of different in the comics, because all of them, they're supposed to be on standby.
Yeah.
For Black Panther. Like, they're supposed to marry Black Panther, and I think it was who was the woman married to I forgot her name. How did I forget her name? Was it Nika? No, Nika is
Nakia, that's Lupita. You talk about Okoye?
Okoye, yeah. Okoye. So Okoye, right? She was supposed to be married to the guy from Get Out, right?
Wakabi, yeah.
Wakabi, right? So I'm terrible with names. Like, I can't remember shit. So
I got Google up here.
Oh.
I Googled Black Panther cast because I couldn't remember the names when I was watching the movie. So
okay, so so she literally, she's not supposed to be married to him, because if in the comics, if Black Panther wanted to get wedded, he could easily look at her and say, "I choose you," and Wakabi's gonna be like, "Wait, hold up," you know what I'm saying?
Question. Are they actually married in the movie, or are they just in love?
But they can't do that.
No, that's what I'm saying. You're saying, they shouldn't be married, but did it actually state in the movie that they were married? Or, like, she calls him her love, but does that mean that they're actually married?
I just assume that.
Okay.
Because once you beat, you're kind of married.
Stop.
In Africa.
Stop.
so it's like, so it's kind of like, that was weird, because even in in the comics, there's a part where the 2 different characters, right? They kind of fall in love, but it's 2 women.
Yeah.
And
shit.
yeah, so with one of them, she says like, "Yo, we can't do this because I still want to be committed to Black Panther."
Yeah.
And the other one's just like, "Yo, fuck this guy. Like, we love each other. Like, this is real. Like, we should like." And to me, I was kind of like, I didn't know. I think they did change a lot of stuff from the comics just so they can fit the movie. So I do understand that. Spoiler alert! Even at the end, well, with White Wolf.
Wow, that's a big spoiler, bro.
But I'm not gonna say who.
I mean,
so they don't know who. So there's a guy named White Wolf. So in the comics, there's a guy named White Wolf, but his name is Hatu Hunter. His last name is Hunter.
Yeah.
So they call him Hunter, right? And he's pale. He's white. And what happened was his family was on a plane and it crashed and his parents died.
Yeah.
And T'Chaka found him and raised him in Wakanda.
Yeah.
So he was basically looked at as T'Chaka's son.
Yeah.
But even still, majority of Wakanda, you know how Wakanda is. They don't really like the outside world.
Yeah.
They kind of looked at them like...
Look down on them.
Yeah, like the xenophobia, basically,
Yeah.
right? So they had that. And what ended up happening is that T'Challa was born. So he was jealous of T'Challa the whole time growing up.
Yeah.
Because in his head, he's just like, oh, one day I could be king. Because T'Chaka trusted him that much to be on the throne.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Wakandians would not look at him as a Wakandian because one, he's white, and two, and all this other stuff. Right?
He's not blood.
He's not blood. But so like just to speed up the story, it's like when he grew up, like he kind of had this dislike for him because even in the comics, like even with M'Baku, a lot of like these, I would say even with Killmonger. Yeah. He's not really a bad person. He's like an anti-hero, right? Mm-hmm. So a lot of these guys were anti-heroes towards Black Panther because they just want to be on the throne and make Wakanda great, and bigger than what it was. And in the comics, Black Panther wasn't really in Wakanda a lot because of the Avengers.
Yeah. And
everybody hated Black Panther for that.
Oh, wow.
So that's what I'm saying. Like White Wolf is a whole different person in the comics than what they're gonna do in Avengers coming up. Because there's also like a white Panther costume.
Oh, snap!
So,
see, you schooling me because I don't read the comics, so I don't know much about.
Yeah, that's mad. That was mad interesting when I kind of find that out last year. So like, yeah, that movie was great. Like, I do advise everybody to go watch it.
Everybody,
like, if you haven't yet.
You know what's wild? My mom, her Nigerian boyfriend, hated the movie. He hated it.
Why?
I don't know. I tried to find out why. I'm like, yo, did he tell you why? She's like, no, he just hated it. I'm like, nigga, how? Maybe he just doesn't like superhero movies or whatever, but like, even to not like superhero movies, you can still be like, it was aight. It was cool, but like he said he hated it.
But I hope he wasn't offended because even watching when they were talking about it, I watched an interview where they said they went all over Africa. Yeah. Like they went to the Ivory Coast, East Africa, West Africa, South Africa, and got a little bit of each of the cultures and incorporated it into the movie. Yeah. So it's like, if I was him, he shouldn't really be offended. They had a lot of like African-born, raised people in the movie. Yeah. You could tell because like even when they had like the different tribes standing at some point. Yeah. Like you could tell the people who were in the front of the tribe, they were from Africa. Yeah. Like, so in my head, like, I hope he wasn't offended by anything by it. But
that's what I was thinking. I was thinking he might have been offended by something, or maybe he just doesn't like it. I mean, there's gonna be people who don't like it.
Yeah. The only people I hated that said he didn't like it are those fucking what are they called? Those over nigger black people who complain about
Hoteps.
The Hoteps, like.
Did you call them nigger black people?
Yeah, nigger black people. Like, yo, fuck them. Like, seriously. Man, these guys are talking about, like, I understand Killmonger's role, right? Yeah. And they're saying that, wow, look at how the director portrayed Killmonger as an evil, everything he did was wrong. Like, no one actually said what he was doing, like, what his idea and his plans were wrong.
A lot of people sided with him.
Like, a lot of people sided with him, but the thing is, the way he went about it, I would definitely say, was kind of a little too much.
He's ruthless. I mean, I understood his cause, but the thing was, he was willing to go through anybody to achieve it. And that's the issue. He was willing to, kill anybody that stood in his way.
And that was the problem. That's the only reason why Black Panther couldn't agree. Because, like, he can understand his dislike and disdain for him too because of his father. Yeah. But at the same time, it's like, yo, you went to countries to kill your own people. You killed your own people in your own country, and you also killed people in America. Then you went overseas to other places and killed people just to kill me. Yeah. And then you're gonna, even when you get on the throne, you're gonna go out and kill more people. Yeah.
It's not like it was a necessary evil. Like it was just at that point in time evil.
Yeah, and people said they wanted to compare him to Malcolm X, but I don't think Malcolm X would have like...
Who's comparing him? Hoteps?
Hoteps. Of course. And it's like, I look at him, it's like, even Malcolm X wouldn't go that far to kill his own people to make things right. Mm-hmm. But he'll definitely sit there and say, "Hey, listen, I want to cast away those people who want to sit with the white man and believe that stuff." Because even at the end of Malcolm X's shit, he kind of realized, like, yo, I kind of went about it the wrong way. Like, not all white people are devils and evil, but at the same time, like, there's people who want to side with us. I should be able to hear them out and accept them if they're willing to help, if it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, those hoteps, like, they really annoyed me. Like,
niggas was talking about, yo, why did they make up a fictitious place like Wakanda instead of showing the rich history, which is Africa itself? Like, nigga, it's a fictitious movie. It's a fictional movie with superheroes. There are niggas that fly. There are machines, you know, that
why didn't they go to Krypton and get Kryptonians in the fucking Superman movie? Like, it's so stupid. Like, oh, I don't know. Man.
That's the type of shit where I see it and I'm like, I can't tell if you're being serious or not, so I'm just gonna block you because I don't want to even process that. I don't want to think about that. I don't want to have to take this serious, so I'm just gonna block you because you're annoying me.
Yeah, but shout out to the director and all the actors in that movie.
Yeah, Ryan Coogler is he's a crazy director, bro.
Yeah, man. Like, so he did. What else did he do?
He did Fruitvale Station.
Yeah, I love
he
that
did,
movie. I still haven't seen Creed.
Black Panther. He did Creed. You know, he has a real love for Michael B. Jordan. He makes sure Michael B. Jordan always has a role in his movies, and he's always delivered. So it's one of those duos where it's like, if you have this director and this actor, then you know the movie is going to be good.
Yeah. So, like, I think that will be his niche from now on. When he has, like, when you know the good movie coming out, Michael B. Jordan will be in it.
I guess that's something that we have to look on too. We'll be like, oh, it's a Ryan Coogler film. Is MBJ in it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well,
I hope he does Black Panther too.
I wonder what. Well, I mean, we have Infinity War coming out, and apparently Infinity War is supposed to be 2 parts. Like, the one that's coming out in May is only supposed to be part 1, is what I heard.
Oh,
so I don't know what the future of Black Panther is going to be after Infinity War. Mm-hmm. Like, where do you go after Thanos is defeated? Like, where do you go? That's the meta. That's like super right now.
But he never defeated Thanos.
I mean, I don't know what's going to happen.
Thanos cannot be defeated.
What do you mean? You're saying he can't die?
It's Thanos.
He's not a god.
Damn close to be a god.
I mean, he does need those Infinity Stones to be, you know, the almighty that he is.
But even without it, he's pretty fucking ruthless.
But I would say somebody like the Hulk can take Thanos out if he doesn't have the Infinity Gauntlet on.
But yeah, but the thing is, like, I think they can definitely. Part 2, they probably didn't defeat that. My assumption is they didn't defeat Thanos, and the part 2 will probably be Thanos.
Yeah, so part 2 is supposed to come out in 2019.
2019.
Yeah,
that'll be good. But like, yeah, but the bar is set high, especially for Infinity War.
I mean, this is what? How many years building up is this? 10? Like 10? This is a 10-year build up for Infinity War since like the first Iron Man.
Yeah. And then if they do come out with, like, so if there's a second part to that, right?
That means niggas is gonna die in the first one.
Oh, a lot.
I don't know who.
A lot of people.
So, Vision is out of here. That nigga is gone. I'm telling you that from now.
I think Captain America might be gone too. I don't know.
He's not going nowhere.
I don't know.
He's not.
Maybe. He might.
He's definitely not going anywhere.
I gotta say, because I know Black Panther is not gonna die, because there's obviously gonna be a next Black Panther. Black Panther 2, I hope they really make, and they have Ryan Coogler.
I hope he plays a role in it, for sure. I hope, like, I know they're not gonna hand the reins over to him and have him film in Infinity Wars. I think it's gonna be okay. I'm reading here. It's gonna be directed by Anthony Russo and Joe Russo. I don't know. I'm just on IMDb, so I know that if Ryan Coogler was involved in some sort, it would definitely help. It would definitely improve on the movie, you know.
But to be honest, I think they kind of, I assume the budget was a lot higher for Infinity War.
No shit, nigga. Of course.
Than it was for Black Panther.
Of course. Like that's not even a question.
But the only reason why I would say like, are probably not even like twice as much. Probably like a good 10 times more, because
I wouldn't say 10. I mean, we can Google it, but it's for sure 100% going to be more than Black Panther.
But it's like, the way that Black Panther looked, it looked amazing. And
I see niggas complaining about it. I'm like, what movie were you watching?
I think niggas probably watched that shit in their house on a laptop.
Okay, so I'm reading it right now. It says, let me just take a look here. I'm not sure. They're saying both parts could be 500 million each to make. So these two movies, we may be looking at a $1 billion budget.
Yeah, so it's twice as much as
that's.
Almost 10 times for
No,
right?
So
but
what? Black Panther was what, like 200 mil?
Yeah, 200 mil.
So if it's a bill, then we're looking at 5 times.
Right.
5 times.
Okay, cool. So,
but that's for part 1 and 2. That's not just.
But I'm sure they filmed both in that time being, or even actually no, they're probably starting now to film.
Like if they finished 1, then they're for sure filming 2, but I don't think they can film both at the same time.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so I'm actually really excited about that, because it's gonna be in Wakanda again.
That's a day one. I already told my girl, like, day one we're seeing this. Like, same thing we did for Black Panther. I'm buying the tickets a month in advance, securing my seats, doing AVX, all that good stuff, reserve seating, because I don't wait in line like some peasant. My seats are waiting for me when I get there. And I expect to have a really good time in that movie.
Yeah, man. That was a big talk on nerd shit.
I know I said we were going to do spoilers, but, I don't feel like spoiling it for nobody that hasn't seen it yet. I'm just going to say this. My favorite character in the movie was Shuri. Like, I did not expect Shuri to be that good. Like,
as acting, right?
Yeah,
like, she had a great role. She was really funny too.
She was funny. She was effortlessly funny. That's the best part about it. Like, it wasn't forced. Like, I'll say this: Thor Ragnarok. I loved that movie. Like, I want to see that again in theaters, but a lot of people didn't like it because they said it bit the Guardians of the Galaxy style too hard in regards to trying to force funny. And, like, to be honest, you had like Hulk cracking jokes and Thor cracking jokes. It was like there was times when it was way too lighthearted.
But the thing is, like, there's Hulk is not super serious.
Yeah, you're right.
He's not like Hulk is like, he's an angry guy, but when he's in Hulk form, he's not really super serious. Hulk is like funny. He's actually really a funny.
I say we can attribute, to be honest, Thor Ragnarok to Thor being around the rest of the Avengers the time he has. Like, obviously his personality is going to change based on him being around them. So I understood why people were saying, it was like so unnecessary. Like, it was like basically Family Guy, but it was funny to me. I really enjoyed that movie.
That's stupid. Cause I don't know if they still have it on Netflix, but they have the animated movie, right? Mm-hmm. With it's not Ragnarok. It's kind of like Planet Hulk.
Yeah.
But it's basically almost the same story. But Hulk is funny. Mm-hmm. Like, in the little animated, there's an animated version where there's a movie in the movie, or I don't know if it's a TV series, whatever. What he collects small figurines.
Yeah.
Small ice figurines. He goes across the universe to have someone make him
small figurines.
And the thing is, he controls, like, his power so well that he carries that shit to his Avengers room.
Yeah.
And has a fucking wall mantle of small figurines.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Hulk is funny because even in the animated version, like with Red Hulk and She-Hulk, the one where Hulk is basically very smart and very articulate.
Yeah.
There's a lot of comic relief in that show too. It's not like he's not a dark hero. Like, you don't.
At the same time, I do understand there's like different kind of universes.
Yeah.
Like there's like 616, 618.
Yeah, that's true.
So, But yeah, like I don't know why people didn't like Ragnarok. I love
A
Ragnarok.
lot of people said like that was one of the worst Marvel movies, and I'm like, nigga, how? That's the best Thor movie out of the three, because one was trash.
People had Spider-Man on their top 5.
Who had Spider-Man on the top 5?
I seen it on the timeline, but at the same time, I watched Spider-Man, but I was high as shit, and like almost like, this like I walked over my boy's house and I'm like, yo, that movie was sick. But to be quite honest,
I don't remember shit.
I don't remember what the fuck happened, but I feel like a lot of dope shit happened. Cause like I remember, it was the Hawk guy. All I remember was him fighting. What's it? I know he had the.
I know what you're talking about, but I got a brain freeze. I got a brain freeze right now.
I don't, cause like it's like I can remember small fragments.
Green Goblin? You talking about? No, it's not Green Goblin.
The nigga with the wings. Like,
but, I didn't watch Homecoming.
oh really?
I still haven't seen it.
Oh.
I don't remember what happened. I was supposed to go see it in theaters, but I just never got around to it.
Yeah, I have to watch it again because I don't.
I gotta watch that before Infinity War.
Yeah, I gotta watch that again.
Yeah, I got time.
But it's like he was fighting the guy, and I'm just like, I remember when I walked on, I'm just like, yo, what the fuck happened? Like, I know that battle was dope, but I don't remember what the hell happened in the battle. So I'm gonna have to watch that again, and yeah, like that movie was nice, but I wouldn't have it in my top 5 just because I can't remember.
No,
like my top 3 would be. I feel like I'm going to be biased and say like Black Panther is number 1.
Yeah, no, it's your opinion. You're allowed, and to be honest, it's debatable. A lot of people would put it as number 1 as of right now. A lot of people would put it up there.
I did like the first Iron Man.
Okay.
And I did like Civil War.
So, here's my top 3. It's First Avengers, Black Panther, and Winter Soldier. Civil War. It was good, but I'll be honest, it wasn't. I don't put it in my. Maybe does it peak my top 5? I don't even think it makes my top 5, to be honest.
No?
No. I didn't really like Civil War. Like, I understood, like, obviously the airport scene is fucking dope. Spider-Man and Ant-Man and all that shit. That was a dope scene, but overall the movie is kind of like, to me. Guardians of the Galaxy is...
Actually, I forgot about... Actually, no, Guardians of the Galaxy,
Yeah.
I would actually put in my top 3.
So, which one are you kicking out?
Civil War.
Okay. Yeah.
I forgot about Guardians of the
Like,
Galaxy.
Age of Ultron, I didn't really like how they did
No, I
it.
didn't like that one.
Iron Man 3 was fucking horrible. Yeah, Iron Man 3 is like...
I don't remember.
It's so bad.
I did see it, but I don't remember. I think I didn't like it. Yeah,
like, it was really bad. That one was kind of like... They just want to finish up the trilogy, and it was like, you know, when work finishes at 5 and it's 4:48, and you got some shit that you got to submit to your supervisor, so you just kind of just throw it in, you kind of just phone it in. That's basically what Iron Man 3 was to me, like super forgettable.
Yeah, so that would be my top 3 for the MCU movies. I don't know what else to say. But like, to be honest, there's topics I wanted to bring up even too. Like, I'm just like, I'm looking at it like, I know it's mad corny, but I really feel like niggas to start shaking hands, like how they do in Wakanda.
Stop.
Niggas got to give the dap and hit the cross the chest with the X.
Oh my god.
We got to start doing that.
We're not gonna do that.
We got to start doing that, man. Like, what else did I think about it? I actually wanted to do because what's his name? Black Panther. I can't remember his name. Fuck.
Shaw?
No, what's his actual real name?
Chadwick Boseman.
Both Chadwick Boseman, right? He said he did an ancestry test.
Yeah.
In Africa.
Oh, yeah.
Not in the U.S., but in Africa.
Not 23andMe or Ancestry.com.
No, he did his ancestry test in Africa with the real life Africans, and he got like the different bloodlines and tribes from where he was from, and I feel like doing that.
I don't.
I really want to know.
I don't care. I'll be honest. I'll be very honest. I love my blackness and yours, but I don't fucking care.
I just like to know. I'm kind of curious. Like, I want to be like, I want to know if they tell me like, hey, you know what? You're like, what, 20% black, and I'm just like, what? I'd be mad pissed. Like
20% black, 60% dusty.
And then they tell me if I'm like listen, you're East European. Then you just came out
Colonizer.
really dark, and I'll be like, you know what? I'll walk out of that. I walk out of the building extra white, like extra white. Like, listen here, boy.
Stupid ass.
Listen here.
That's why
boy.
you shouldn't do that fucking test.
Listen here, boy. But that would be dope. Like, cause I remember some people from Africa would come here and ask if I know any of my roots, because they say like I kind of resemble. I don't know how the people from the Ivory Coast look like, but people would be like, "Yo, if you're African, you look like you'd be someone from the Ivory Coast."
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know what the people from Ivory Coast look like, so I'll take your word for it,
Yeah.
right? And the last thing would be supporting black movies. People had an issue with this, to saying like, "Oh, everyone went and go support Black Panther and stuff like that." But it's like people have been supporting black movies over the years.
Yeah.
Like, and the people who were complaining about, wow, everyone went to go support Black Panther and shit like that. But
You niggas wasn't watching Proud Mary.
but it's like there was again, my memory's terrible. The movie with all the women who went to space.
Hidden Figures.
Hidden Figures. People went on and watched that.
Yeah.
And the movie that won the Grammy.
Grammy.
Not
You mean
Grammy, Oscar. Yeah, Oscar.
Get Out?
No, the with midnight.
I have no idea what you're talking
They
about.
made a mistake and gave it to the
Moonlight.
Moonlight.
The funny thing about Moonlight was it wasn't a wide screening movie. It wasn't something you could go to any theater to watch. You had to find select theaters.
Yeah.
So that whole uproar about, not supporting Moonlight like the way you did Black Panther, that's out the window because it's not even comparable. That shit's fucking stupid. That's when I think people are just clutching at straws to try to, support their argument, and that's whack.
But people did support these
People
movies.
supported Moonlight.
Even though I didn't go out and watch it, but I know a lot of people did.
But let me point out a trend with all these movies. Mm-hmm. They're good.
They're good.
It's one thing to support black movies, but dog, they have to be good. You can't just tell me just because it's an all black cast that I have to watch it. I don't want to see Medea goes to space. Like, nigga, I hate that rhetoric. Same thing with the whole support black business.
Yeah.
Of course we're going to support you, but
your business has to be good.
it has to be good. It has to be comparable to the businesses that are out there now. Like, there's that
running
running joke.
Jamaican restaurant and like how Jamaicans cussing you out.
Okay, you got no choice but to support that shit. That's the best food you can eat. But the point I'm making is like niggas are talking about, and it's a running joke now. Support black business, and it's just a fucking picture of Goku and Bape, with a bunch of tats on a t-shirt. Like that's the type of shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like a lot of bullshit where it's like it's just a t-shirt that says woke. Or a mug that says hands off my melanin. Nigga, I don't fucking want that shit. I don't care who sells it to me.
It's like, just because you put a whole bunch of like black shit on stuff doesn't mean we have.
And it's not even like it's real black stuff. It's basically trendy shit for the moment.
To be honest, it's kind of like, what's that word? Stereotypical shit.
Yeah.
That black, like the new age black people are doing. And it's like, we don't have to do that.
And once again, it's pandering. It's like, okay, I see what is hot right now, so I'm going to take the most used phrases and put them on a bunch of products, and this is going to sell like hotcakes. Like, nigga, I don't want to wear a Brunch and Passports t-shirt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't want to wear these hands
niggas
t-shirt.
don't even
I'm
go
not
out
my
for
grandparents.
brunch.
Like, yeah, fuck out of here with that shit.
And
like,
and it's another thing. What was it? Like, I look at it like this. When we have black people doing certain things, I know a lot of black people want to support. And yes, you want to support, and yes, don't force support. Like, just because it's black, you shouldn't go out and say, yo, I'm going to go support him just because it's black. And just like if your friends are doing something, you don't have to support them.
if
like,
it's trash.
If it's trash, but like but at least be honest enough to tell
can,
them like, yo, listen.
You can support that way by saying, my nigga, like, this is not good, or this is ways I feel you could improve. But don't just blindly follow something because you guys share the same skin color. That's and I feel like a lot of people expect that. A lot of people expect to be supported just because they're black.
And that's why we go down the wrong road, because people will start supporting things just because it's black owned or done by a whole group of black people, and then all of a sudden you have people following blindly, and it's like
example, Blitter.
What the fuck is that?
You don't know what Blitter is?
No.
The black version of Twitter? You never heard of Blitter, bro.
I never heard of Blitter.
If you go on Twitter right now and you like that,
get the fuck out.
That's a perfect example
Delete
of
that shit.
blindly following black business. I'm doing the
niggas is really
the
wild.
finger thing, you know, in quotations, black.
Because I understand why people are doing. Because people were upset that a lot of like white people are monetizing off our ideas on Twitter.
Yeah,
which happens.
I mean.
And that goes into my another thought where I was gonna say where when it comes to like movie roles, if I was Hollywood, you know how easy it is to monetize off of black people now, because all you have to do is make good scripts, put black people in it, and monetize off of it.
Well, I mean, Black Panther was a good movie directed by a black man with an all-black cast, and everybody was casted properly. You know, it wasn't forced. It wasn't like, oh, we're gonna do this because you want to see this black. It was like, this was done right. I don't think you can use that as an example.
I think Hollywood could do that.
I don't think you can use Black Panther as an example. Black Panther is rare.
I'm not gonna use Black Panther as an example, but I think people will look at movies that, like the black movies that are doing good now. Hollywood is going to notice. And for Hollywood to make money and want to make money, they're going to start following that trend just to make money. They're not going to follow that trend just because they want to support black actors and stuff. I mean,
people can still tell when something's forced.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they can try to exploit, but it won't come off the same way Black Panther did at the end of the day.
Come out! The Black Panther is ready for you!